So I want to know, did you grow up in Burlington?
Kind County, which just about 20 minutes north of Walkerton. It was a different lifestyle growing up in the country in a rural village. Smaller schools, smaller environment. When I went to Walkerton High School, there were 800 kids. And I went there for grade 9, and I came to Burlington in grade 10.
Okay.
And I went to Pearson High School. And Pearson had just over 800 kids when I went there, which is really interesting because it felt like the same environment in Walkerton as it was when I came to Burlington.
Wow.
It was really interesting to see that there was public transit. I've never seen that before. And so I kind of call me naive, I guess, in a sense. But you really appreciate that when you come to see that, and the city has like a type of value and benefit for people
When we
here.
were growing up, we were totally oblivious to the fact that we had a great lake in our backyard. You don't even realize until you get older about how lucky you are to be where you are.
Bingo.
I think there's a lot of first-time buyers out there right at this moment that would love to be able to buy a house, and they're scared because they don't know what to do next. So hopefully these kind of videos can help people figure that out.
For sure.
Everybody's kind of feeling the same way, and I think that's the first thing that people have to realize is you're not in this alone.
You're not.
And there are some other options that are going on. And I want to know what you think about affordable housing. How do you see this, Mike? I see you as a long-time Burlington resident, and
Yeah.
you seem to really have your head screwed on very well, and I'm sure you have a plan.
You know, I think affordable housing in the city needs to start with the city policies.
Income-geared housing is a really good thing.
Right.
But this has to be done really
I think
thoughtfully.
one of the biggest fears of a lot of downtown residents is that it's going to become known as a place for old, wealthy people. I'd hate to see that happen, and I honestly don't think it's going to happen. The more and more people that I meet that are really passionate about downtown
Right.
and are really involved, none of those people are old.
I know that we've got a couple of task
Who,
force.
sponsored basically through City Hall. One is dealing with the Millennials,
Yes.
Millennial Task Force. You're on that, aren't you?
I am, yeah, the Mayor's Millennial Advisory Committee.
Yeah. And the other one is a senior housing task force.
Right.
So what I'd like to see in an ideal world is that we connect this bridge between the seniors and the young people. We need to help each other.
Yeah.
We know what the facts are. There's
Yeah.
only enough room in Burlington right now to build 800 more new houses. That's it.
Isn't that crazy? In all this green space, when I came to Burlington in 2006,
Yeah.
there was no development above Highway 5. There was just finishing the orchard at that point. You're thinking, wow, there's still so much green space. We're maxed out now. We're at build out in this city. And the only way you can actually go back is to intensify and redevelop currently built up land. We're
There's
gonna
time for 1 million people in Halton
Exactly.
by 2041.
Yeah.
And Burlington has a big bulk of the population here. Like we're a pretty
Yes.
hot spot. We all know that.
Yeah.
But we need to keep it that way.
Right.
That they're going to go out and buy a condo for themselves.
Right.
There's actually something that's being kicked around, the idea of secondary suites.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about that? Do you know much about that, Mike?
Yeah, actually, and that's coming through with the new official plan with the city. Mayor Lieutenant spoke up with that aging presentation from the Mayor's Inspire Burlington event. And that's really looking at how we can incorporate the living environment for seniors in an environment with younger people in a piece of their home. Where they can live cohabitably in the same environment. And that's something we have to look at. My grandmother lived with us for many years as a kid in a granny flat attached to our house. And it was a great environment, especially if my grandmother's so close to home, right at my home. I didn't have to go over to see her, and that really built our relationship and allowed me to actually know more about my family just to have her living there.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
So we have to make sure that everybody feels good going forward on this type of a matchup. And I've been working with people to try and come up with a way that we can do that, and we can enable the first-time buyer to be able to get into the marketplace. There's a few things that you're going to have to do, though, to make that happen. So I'm going to ask you guys out there, what are you willing to do
Yeah.
to get where you need to go?
Right.